Hello ladies, happy Wellness Wednesday. 'Tis I, Aubrey Warwick, wishing you a very great mid-week check-in. So wherever you are, just sit up straight, take a breath, swallow. We are gonna get to it today. And I feel called to share with you this epiphany. Today's epiphany and today's topic for our little Wellness Wednesday segment is this. I'm gonna encourage you to break one important health rule so that you may not feel like you are stuck or spinning your wheels. All right, so for those of you who don't know me, my name is Aubrey Warwick. I want to say hello and thank you for being a part of this private Facebook group. I know that you're probably a part of a ton of different groups, and if you are tuning in, I caught your attention long enough to say, all right, what is that one health rule that I need to stop doing now? And here it is. You might have to write this down. Without further ado, the one health rule that you must stop doing now in order for you to stop spinning your wheels is the one that you cannot commit to. So hear me out. We as human beings love to follow rules or break rules. We love to know what the rules are. Do the rules make sense to us? And rules often then, they're needed, right? When we are teaching our children or our pets, there are some specific black or white rules that we want to live by and follow in order to be better, good human beings, good parents, those sort of things. Now, as the saying goes, rules are meant to be broken sometimes. But you know what I'm talking about. It's a rule that you have built for yourself where you're like, why can't I just stick with this and make it a habit? Chances are that rule that you are giving so much value to is unattainable for you right now in this season of your life. And I'm going to give you an example. Let's first start with our fitness rules. Oftentimes, people hire me to coach them, to help them transform to their next level because they can't adhere to their own rules. They tell me things like, Aubrey, I just need somebody to make me do it. I know what to do, I just won't do it. I need accountability. All those things are great with coaching, absolutely. However, what we later come to uncover is that their rules for themselves have only worked in the past during a specific scenario and container during their life. Let's say before you had children, maybe you had more time, right? Or at least the illusion of it in order to work out 5 days a week for 60 minutes every day. So fast forward and come to present day. You have children, life is different, your job is different. Now you have a significant other, maybe you're going through a lot of life challenges, health-wise, whatever. So now we think, well, I had this rule in the past that in order to be fit, I must work out 5 days a week for 60 minutes, and that is it. All right, so what that rule was back in the past, it's not working now, and that's the rule that you have to break up with. So start to do a little audit on your own rules. We can apply this also to nutrition. But before I get to the nutrition rule piece, we have that rule. Let's say I had that rule at one time. I could not make fitness a habit before I became passionate about doing that and helping others. I had to figure it out for myself. So I started off with this rule that I said, this was back when Tae Bo was really popular in the 90s, all right? I went so far as even going to Billy Blake's studio back out in California. This was in my 20s. And I was trying to make fitness a habit. I was either all or nothing. It was black or white. And I wanted to adhere by the guidelines of the American College of Sports Medicine, but I was going to take it up a notch. So I put on those Tae Bo videos every Monday. I would do an hour, killing myself with Billy Blanks, and then I would do it again Tuesday. Come Wednesday, I was like, I do not want to see Billy's face. I don't want to kick anything right now. And I would taper off. Each week, I felt like I was failing because I wasn't able to adhere to that hard rule that I built for myself. And I wasn't ready for such an extreme either. So instead, what I did, I built a ritual. As human beings, rituals have less pressure. It's not an all or nothing. It is something that we flow with and that we do with ease. Oftentimes we use the ritual of brushing our teeth, but it's not that zen, right? Maybe you have a ritual with your coffee or your tea, and you just love something hot in your hand, something warm and cozy, and you feel at peace with it. So now how do we make peace with fitness and not make it a hard rule that we can't follow? Quite simply, what I did, I said, Aubrey, you know what? I'm going to break the rules of the American College of Sports Medicine. I'm going to break the rules and I'm going to just do the same exercise for like 3 minutes every day for the next 5 days. And what I did were just modified push-ups, 10 modified push-ups every day until I got a streak going. And so it became more of a ritual for me. It was just like, yeah, this is what I do. And I started to create what I call the success snowball. I started to feel that momentum build, and eventually those little tiny push-ups, they became other things. And fitness now for me, when I go to the gym and I'm doing all the fitnessy things, it might appear like I'm so disciplined and I'm hitting these hard rolls, when that's a disguise. The real thing that is happening for me is my time where actually I am thinking through movement. And if I have my earbuds in, which I usually do, I am listening to something that is helping me personally develop, and how can I bring others along for the ride? You're not gonna catch me catching any Netflix episodes or true crime or anything like that while I'm working out. And that doesn't mean that you shouldn't do that. But for me, I have turned fitness into a ritual, and that is the vehicle that I choose to use, movement, in order to pursue personal growth and to help my clients through the coaching program. Okay, now before I leave you alone, let's talk about a nutrition role or a food role, because maybe that fitness one didn't hit home. The food roles that we've built for ourselves, oh my gosh, as women, here we go. Maybe you did Weight Watchers before. Maybe you did Jenny Craig. Maybe you did the Sara Lee diet, right? Sara Lee, doesn't she make pies? I don't know. Maybe you did the grapefruit diet. Drop in the comments, actually, if there were certain diets that you followed. Hey, maybe you did Perfect 10 over and over again. Those types of diets are good until they're not. Until they feel like we're doing it begrudgingly, and then the rules become so strict that we can't sustain it. So instead, I ask you to take an audit today of your food roles. Some of them, or I bet at least one, is meant to be broken. And it might be a role that you don't even think that is a role that you have. Oftentimes there's these different dynamics of our thoughts where it's like, well, it's the weekend, I should be able to eat this, or there's different things that I hear from people like, oh, I blew it. I totally blew it. So let's wait till Monday. Whatever your rule is around food, mine used to be pizza's going to make me fat. Mine used to be, well, I can't eat after 6 p.m. ever. Oh, that was a bad rule. And I'll tell you why. For you, it might be a great rule. You'd be like, oh, are you crazy? But for me, you know what it did? It was like, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to eat all my food before 6 p.m. And I would eat too much because I told myself, well, tough cookies, Aubrey. You're not eating after 6. So it created actually this, I became a slave to this master rule. And either I was good or I was bad. Either I was succeeding or I was failing. So instead, that 6 p.m. is a great idea. But instead, I've created a ritual around my dinner time. Easy example, your family dinners. Even if you have a family dinner 1 day a week, 2 feet on the floor, distraction free, you are going to be more mindful of your choices. And now it doesn't feel like, oh my gosh, well, I have to hit these certain macros, or put all this pressure on yourself that maybe that role that was good is no longer good and it's time to break it. The moral of today's talk is see what you can do in your life right now that the role that used to work for you that's not working must become more of a ritual. So drop in the comments for me something that you wanted to declare to yourself, maybe to this group, that you're ready to break up with. Creating that ritual so that you can feel that state of bliss and balance and peace. Thank you, ladies, for tuning in today. If there's something hot that you want to talk about that maybe we can lead into for next week, feel free to hit me up in the DMs. Ciao for now.